In the Bible, the story of the shepherd going to find his lost sheep, he had 99 sheep and one of them was missing, and he went to find that lost one. It's so cool because God will go to any length to reach you, and that includes the people of Guatemala. That includes us flying all the way down to Guatemala City, getting in a car, driving 8 hours out to Chicaman, and then going 2 hours to villages every day and back. And it's just beautiful because it's really just an example of, he will cross the ocean to get to you. He'll climb up any mountain to get to you. There's nothing that's too difficult for him.
Pedro was a man that we met. We traveled to the village of Hamuk. His original house was destroyed by a landslide.
Mud came inside the house, and there's a huge rock over that way that pretty much went into kind of the kitchen. And so we came to see, the damage. The cost of paying people to do this and then trying to get rid of that rock, it was about the same as building something newer for them. Maybe not the same, but close to it, so we just preferred to give them a new house. And that's what we did.
Basically, what was there was just the bones of the house, and our team was able to completely build the walls, put doors and windows in, put up the gables, and everybody worked together. The ladies did their thing and the guys did their thing, but it all came together in one perfect house. I mean, it ended up as a house.
We went to the village of New Queja, and this village had been destroyed by a mudslide, and 50 plus families were killed and never found. Children left without parents, and parents left without kids. So while Kelsey was doing her street preaching, it started raining really, really hard. The hardest we'd experienced the whole week. And instead of running away and hiding in the cars or driving back to Wesley's house, we decided to stay. We grabbed a tarp and we held it up in the air, and we sat there with the kids for what felt like 4 hours. They were affected by the rain in a way that we couldn't understand. They lost friends, they lost mothers, daughters, sons, husbands, wives, and they were scared of the rain. They were scared of what it brought. They were scared what happened to them. But we showed them that even in the thing that they're scared of the most, they can glorify God, that they could be happy in the most terrifying of times. And the thing that they are scared of doesn't have to be so scary.
In New Queja, there was a little boy. For background, that little boy lost his parents. Both of his parents died in a mudslide last year. While we were leaving, I was thinking, what if that little boy was the lost sheep? Kind of wonder, was that parable just for him? So that he would know that even though he went through so much, that God is still there, that God still loves him.
The women's ministry was really powerful. Rachel did a demonstration of crumpling up a dollar bill to demonstrate that no matter how damaged we may seem or what people do to us from the outside, it doesn't affect our value, and that's exactly how God sees us. We were also able to share powerful testimonies of our own, and we ended with a story of how Jesus washed his disciples' feet, and then we took the time to make the women feel pampered and washed their feet and put lotion on them. I feel like they really got a lot out of the message. They could see what God has done for us in our lives and realize that God can do the same for them in their lives.
So street preaching in Guatemala is where Wesley drives us up to the side of a mountain, gives you a microphone and a big speaker, introduces who we are, and then tells you to tell the village about Jesus. There's no coaching, there's no preparation. The mic is yours and you have to speak with what's on your heart. That terrified me. I did a lot of praying, and I really looked inside and I kept asking God, what exactly do you want me to say?
I was able to stand up and talk about what I know, which is healing. And I heard a voice say to me, tell them about the greatest physician that ever walked this earth. So on top of a mountain with a microphone projecting over a village, I got to tell these villagers about Jesus and how he healed more people than we can count. And one of the things that I was able to tell them was, I specialize in healing the body, but I got to introduce them to someone who could save the soul. And that was probably the most moving experience I've ever had in my life.
And next thing you know, people start coming out of the hillsides and up the dirt paths, and you can teach them, minister to them, pray for them, care for them, love on their children, love on their families, give them the gospel, lay hands on them, teach them to accept Christ, to give them Bibles and to learn their languages, and then to leave, but knowing that even when you leave them, that the local church will be established in a way that will impact their lives forever. To me, that's one of the most beautiful parts about Guatemala. It's the family we get to support. It's the churches we get to establish. It's the pastors we get to train and care for. It's the lifelong lasting effect that I know for a fact Generations House of Worship is behind changing our city, changing our nation, and truly changing our world for the gospel of Christ.